Welcome back, everybody. I know this is a long time coming. I've talked about this for like several months, but I'm going to do it. I did a dumb one like a long time ago. Don't go look it up. It's really dumb, but it's like I tried getting an AI voice or I tried getting like ChatGPT or something to do their own tier list of the Legend of Zelda games. And then I put like an AI voice to it. It's really dumb and stupid, but go watch it, but don't watch it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, anyway, moving on. So the Legend of Zelda. Oh boy. I'm just going to try to go through every single Zelda game. I'm like, you know what? I love it, so I might as well do it. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to rank them. So this is it. This is the first tier ranking video. I hope that my thoughts about all the games change. I will say Oracle of Ages has like blown my mind. It's been awesome. Anyway, here we go. Let's just start with the first one, The Legend of Zelda. This game is actually surprisingly fun. It is very difficult, but it is very fun. But I don't know. It's like people boast that it's like, oh, it's like the first open world game, or you know what I mean? Like it truly is like pretty open world. But it's like there are certain paths in this game you don't want to take until you are at the very end of the game. It's a very challenging game, but it still holds up in the fun factor. I don't know. If you want a balance of fun and challenging, then maybe it's not for you. But I honestly would put it at the very top of the C tier here. Let's make this a little smaller. I'd put it at the top of the C tier right now. Just as a preface, there are a couple games I haven't played yet at all. Like I haven't touched them, or I may put an asterisk by some of the games. Like, I don't know. I need to play them again to have a better opinion about them. And then there are some games that I haven't completed, but I've tried several times to complete them. Anyway, I'll get to those. So, Adventure of Link, Zelda 2. This game is notoriously difficult and universally probably, I don't know, no, not everybody likes this game. Like, most people hate this game. I don't know, it was fun. Like, if you just take it for surface value and not compare it to other Zelda games, like, it's actually not bad. It's just really challenging, and that's pretty much it. But one of the best songs comes from this freaking game. But yeah, other than that, I think it's still below the original Zelda. But I don't think it's like D or F tier that some people may think. I personally don't think there's a single Zelda game out there that's below like D tier quality. I just don't think it exists. And even then, this is like a D relative to these Zelda games. Like a Zelda D tier could be an A or an S tier compared to other video game franchises. The next game, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Oh my gosh. If you've watched my playthroughs, you know my opinion about this game already. This game truly, you could say this game truly started it all. This game inspired masterpieces like Ocarina of Time. It still holds up to this day in terms of like certain aspects of its quality. But I absolutely hate this game. I put it below the original Legend of Zelda, but above Adventure of Link. I don't think it's that bad. Look, everything about it is great. It's incredibly inspiring for many Zelda games that came after it, debatably all of them, and even 2D, top-down 2D Zelda games. Yeah, like it's a solid entry, but it's my least favorite out of all of the 2D Zelda games. And in Zelda in general, man, I'd have to do a ranking, but this is pretty low. I guess this pretty much is a ranking. So this is probably second to last right now. But we'll see. There may be a shocker coming at you. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. 3 Zelda games in the C tier already? This probably isn't going to be good. So Link's Awakening is next. This is the original Game Boy one. I'll just use this to cover both the remake and Link's Awakening DX, which is on the Game Boy Color. This is the OG right here. I absolutely love this game. This is an excellent 2D game. I think it set the precedent, in my opinion. It's different from A Link to the Past in many ways, but it set the precedent moving forward for 2D Zelda games because it strays away from Hyrule and your traditional Zelda lore and stuff. So, I don't know. I really enjoy it. I think it's probably an A-tier quality game. Okay? And I've recently played through the remake. I've recently played through the Game Boy version, not even the DX one, but the straight up black and white Game Boy one. And this is where I'd put it. Freaking A-tier. It's really good. As far as the remake goes, I know a lot of people don't like the look, and that's how Echoes of Wisdom is going to be, like the chibi little toy look. I don't even know what to call it. It's not chibi, right? Chibi's like the Pokemon games, like Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, the toy look or whatever it is. I actually love it. For a 2D Zelda game, it's really cool. It's really great. Anyway, both the remake, DX, and the original Game Boy, they all sit at A tier together, so I'm just wrapping it all together. Ocarina of freaking Time. So, this game obviously is, regarded as probably one of the greatest video games of all time, if not the very best video game of all time. It has always held a very, very special place in my heart. And even nostalgia aside, actually, I can't even say that because nostalgia is blinding and nostalgia will always be there. That bias will always be there. So I'm sorry. You've got to factor everything in when you're making a tier list. It's opinion. So nostalgia, of course, is there. But this game, like randomizers, different ways to play it, the 3DS version, that remaster / remake, however you want to classify that, this game is solid in the S tier. It is. Make no mistake. The 3D Zelda games, this being the first, every one after this has an incredibly high standard to hit because of Ocarina of Time, because of the first. That's awesome. See, the first Zelda game set a good standard for like adventure and like, I don't know, maybe some aspects of Zelda and like traditions that we see throughout the games, but Ocarina of Time really was the one that raised the bar and set the bar. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Right? By the way, just to let you know, I'm kind of just winging all this. I've been thinking maybe I should put together like a little script or something, like put my notes together and then like have a script that I can read off of so I know specific thoughts. No, I'm straight up just winging these thoughts because I want it to be coming from my gut, from my heart and gut. My heart, gut, not my brain. We don't think here, okay? No thinking. No thinking aloud. Don't use your brain. Use your heart. That is how we roll when we make tier lists. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This game. Oh, boy. Let me tell you a little story. Very brief. When I was little, we had Ocarina of Time. And my younger brother supposedly he had nightmares. I guess he had nightmares about Ganondorf or something from Ocarina of Time. So we had to give this game away. Well, we traded it, sorry. But we traded it. We traded it for Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey on the Nintendo 64. We were little. We were under 8 or 9 years old. Why did we trade the greatest game, debatably, the greatest game of all time, for Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey?
A fight has broken out.
Because that happened, okay, I'm getting to this. Because that happened, we ended up getting the next Zelda games. We're like, oh, we got to get the next one. See if it's, it's been a year or two, whatever, since we've owned a Zelda game now. We've grown up a little bit. Maybe this one's better. Well, to a kid, this may seem less scary because there's not like this like creepy guy, Ganondorf is the villain. And it's seemingly not as dark on the surface, but holy crap, this game, Majora's Mask, is incredible. The theming is amazing. I love it. Nostalgia is there, but because we gave away our Ocarina of Time and we only played it for a brief, maybe few months, and we had Majora's Mask and never gave that away because we loved it. It was like we kind of grew up a little bit, and so we played Majora's Mask and felt fine. We had that one. Eventually got Ocarina of Time back, but anyway, Majora's Mask, I feel like, has an even more special place in my heart. S tier above Ocarina of Time. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. I don't know, randomizers are kind of maybe changing my mind because I've been playing more Ocarina of Time randomizers. I just got to play more Majora's Mask randomizers, and maybe this will stay put. Anyway, let's move on. That was a long story. I'm sorry. I said I was going to make it short. Oracle of Ages and Seasons. Let's bring these both up together. I didn't want to do this on like the Tier Maker website or whatever, because this gives me more customization. I just did it on Canva. You know Canva. I'm pretty sure my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, uses it in school. But anyway, that's me. So Oracle of Seasons first. I grew up with this one. My brother had Oracle of Ages. I had Seasons. If you've been watching my playthrough of Ages, I kind of explained this. So I didn't really play Ages that much until now. Like this playthrough. This is my first full playthrough that's going on. But Seasons, I think is, well, we'll see. For the longest time, it's been my favorite 2D Zelda game. With Link's Awakening just following shortly, very closely behind it. Let's make these uniform. There we go. Now, Oracle of Ages, I haven't even finished the game, and no, this guy, this fella right here, is so far my favorite 2D Zelda game of all time. I wouldn't quite... Oh my gosh, you know what? No, I think Ages is S-tier quality. Okay? I really do. Seasons, I'm going to be playing again. I've decided I'm going to do a playthrough of Seasons. It's been years since I've played through this one, but I have. But Ages, I didn't. But I honestly think it's S freaking tier quality. Like, why wouldn't it be? The puzzles, the dungeons, and people say that Seasons has like more combat based, whatever, not as many puzzles, which I believe that. And then Ages, they're like, it's not as many combat based stuff, but it's puzzling, it's like, yes, but I also think the combat is fun too, and it's good. It's a good balance. But the dungeons, every dungeon has been fun. Every dungeon, even Jabba Jabu's belly, they've all been fun. Some challenging and more challenging than I realized going into it, but freaking good. Just so fun. Hey, thanks for watching part 1. I'm just curious if you agree with anything I said about these games. I know that my opinion can come off a little crazy sometimes, but I'm curious. What do you think? And stay tuned for the second part.